There are four main reasons why the world is getting more difficult and more dangerous. First, the world is being buried under a mountain of debt, particularly the advanced economies, which have historically unprecedented and dangerous levels of debt. The result is ballooning asset bubbles, super low interest rates, and slower growth. The bottom line, the advanced economies are getting weaker, and if the decline continues, this will seriously hamper their ability to address global threats and issues. Of course, this is happening while we have a huge, rising potential superpower, emphasis on huge. For about 3 decades, China was getting freer, wealthier, and though certainly not, democratic like us, easier to live with. But economic reform has stalled. Political reform actually going in reverse, and China is trying to expand its global influence. So now we have a potential superpower that wants to do business with us, but also wants to oppose the spread of democracy and act contrary to our national security. That's new and obviously tricky. Unfortunately, the rest of the world has little to celebrate. Only 11% of the people in the world live in an advanced economy. 85% live on less than 1/4 of an average advanced economy. And half of that, about 3 billion people, live on 5% of what an advanced economy has. And those numbers have barely changed in the last 75 years. Outside of China, among less developed countries, prosperity isn't really spreading very well. Now, this isn't just about money. Most less developed countries aren't democratic at all. Those who try to be democratic aren't good at it, which helps explain why democracy has been in decline for the last 15 years. And unfortunately, poverty and stagnation like this leads to all kinds of extremely difficult problems. And the best part of all, we keep inventing new technologies that make the world smaller, bringing all of this closer to us, making old challenges worse and creating new problems we never had before, at least not in a very long time. Think of it this way. 20 years into the new millennium, we have had 3 unprecedented or once-in-a-century crises, all of them very global. Plus, due in large part to these global issues, many would say democracy itself is under duress, including President Biden, who has said that democracy is at an inflection point. It is more important than ever that we understand the world and take a practical, effective approach to managing risks and opportunities. And that's why we created this show, to take more than a superficial look at how the world impacts all of us. My name is Dan Joseph. I lived in China for 10 years. I've done business there for more than 2 decades. In fact, I've done business all over the world, which I hope gives me very broad and yet direct hands-on experience relative to global issues, which hopefully will make this a unique program. Along the way, I also learned that one of the greatest adventures you can have in life is to see and experience the world. So this program won't be all doom and gloom. We'll be looking at the fun, interesting side of things as well. So please join us on the Global Dashboard Podcast.